Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Sean and today I'm going to be working on my Z as usual. Sorry for not doing too many videos recently because I'm just been trying to get the Z done just because I feel a little bad. It's been sitting out there for probably about 3 years now. Today I'm just buttoning up pretty much everything. The motor's in, the transmission's in, the drive shaft's in. Everything's just bolted up. I think I need to modify the radiator mounts, but that will be another day. But I'm just I put the engine harness through yesterday. So yeah, I'm just cleaning up, just sorting through all my stuff. But anyway, I'll take you over to the car and I'll show you what I've done. Alright, and now we are at the car. As you see, it's in the engine bay. I've got the radiator sitting in there. It's not actually mounted. You can see there's cardboard holding it back. The twin turbo radiators are skinnier to accommodate these intercooler charge pipes and all that stuff. So they made them skinnier so you can fit them through. So whenever anyone does a non-turbo to twin turbo swap in a non-turbo Z, you have to make an adapter plate for the twin turbo. As you see down there, twin turbo. Yeah, you need to make a adapter plate that sits in the stock location, because the actual pins that sit on this actually are sticking like further out. So yeah, I ran the wiring loom yesterday for the engine bay. So yeah, got it all sorted. Yeah, it's a little messy. You may notice I polished the intake and painted it. Fuel lines are hooked up. There's no AC at the moment, but I do plan to hook it up. Just for now, it'll be right how it is. I'm gonna pull this back out at some point and actually paint it. Yeah. Alright, inside the car, I don't think anyone here has actually seen the Z from inside. So, let me re-say that. To be able to swap out the non-turbo engine loom, you have to take out the AC the actual unit. This thing here, oh crap, car's full of crap. This thing here has to come out, and you can imagine this is the glove box that sits in there. All that has to come out to do the swap. And I mean, you could just pull it through, but the fact is they make a bracket specifically to hold it down, so you can't just pull it through. So you have to pull all that out just to get to 2 bolts that hold that on. So that was mission. So yeah, swap that out with a twin turbo one. Gotta fix the harness plug. It's kind of snapped in half, but yeah. As you see, we have a gear stick that is manual and not auto. From what it looks like, I can reuse the center console piece. So yeah, I'll have to get an actual plate so that works properly. But today, what we'll do is I'll set the camera up so we can do a time lapse of me putting this back together. So yeah. take a quick break from the time lapse. So, as you probably saw from the this part of the video, you saw me starting to put all this ECU stuff back in. So that stuff, and I just remembered that this here is the non-turbo ECU, which is not really compatible with the twin turbo setup I'm going with. The fuel maps and yeah, the maps and air maps and all that stuff won't really allow for the extra boost that will be going through it. So I went and got another one. Is probably the best way to put it. So this is not junk. I could probably try to sell it. This most likely junk, but yeah. Anyway, this is going to get replaced with this. I know it looks the same, but this is an auto twin turbo JDM as fuck ECU. This will plug right in, and you probably can see from just it's sitting there. I always wondered why the twin turbo ECU connector was in two pieces. I thought that was a normal thing, but I actually, on closer inspection, I actually realized it's not because it's in two pieces factory, it's actually because it's broken. So when I got this motor, it came with this loom, and they steam dried it or whatever they did, and this stuff has to, I'm gonna have to rewrap it on the engine side. This here is broken. It's probably fine. I could probably plug it straight in. If I feel like it this weekend, I might actually get the DE loom plug and I'll swap it over. So yeah, I only realised this is just yesterday when I put this through. So the plan of attack anyway is I've got to figure out, I've plugged most of the stuff back in. There's like two plugs like right in there, you probably can't see, right in there that need to be plugged right back in. Oh, that's what that's for. Oh, that's what that's for. Oh, okay, I learned something. So yeah, we're gonna plug all this stuff in, put the glove box in. I might attempt to put this AC compressor in, maybe, if I feel like it. I need to buy some paint, probably repaint this. But the next step is to get the body side loom that goes from here and it travels around the fender, goes into, it's another part of an engine loom, but it's more for like your headlights, your indicators, I don't know, just random stuff, hazard lights. That needs to be run. Fuse box needs to be put in, and yeah, that should be that. So I'll put it back on time lapse, and yeah. Alrighty, it's actually day 2 of the work that I've been doing yesterday. As you can see, I put all this stuff back on. I had to take all this out, the radiator out, to get this harness through. You can see now there's a harness there. I'm gonna have to do a tidy up here. This goes to underneath the car where the oil sending unit is, and I want to sort of tuck all these wires sort of like down in there. I'm thinking that's probably where that all goes. So all this needs to get all tucked in, but for now we just want to get it, you know, everything's going back to where it was. I'm gonna put that back on. Today I want to try tackle the bracket for the radiator, so that this is actually secured and not held by bits of cardboard. There's a few other things I need to do, like I'm going to make a bracket that goes from here or something to here to hold this so it's nice and steady. I also need to order some, I got some hoses for someone, but the hoses are not very good. They're cracked and they just don't work very well, so I need to get those. That one goes to there. And I'm going to order, they call it accordion pipes. I tried using NA ones. NA ones do not work, so right down in there, I don't know if you can see it, but down in there there's a pipe that goes in and it goes into here. So yeah, also let's go into the car. Alright, now we're inside the car. Yeah, some of these I can reuse. It that was for the charge pipes or whatever. So you can see down there the harness that I ran yesterday is actually now in here, and I don't know if you guys remember, but I was talking about yesterday how I was missing wire cables down in there as well. Actually, I'll just pause that. Sorry about that. So you remember I was talking about those cables that I was missing. I was thinking it was going to come from there over in the fuse panel over there and go around the back, but I mean this was like a few months ago when I did that, removing that harness. So actually it actually runs around the side, back through here, and it goes through a hole here. Just move this out of the way so you can see what I'm talking about. And here's the harness. That's the harness that all plugs into here. There's a few plugs in this top part. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna try just tidy it up, put the center console sort of back together, glove box back on. I do want to get the brake boost put back in, but at the same time I want to paint it. So yeah, I guess I can paint it another time to put it in, but I don't like it sitting there looking kind of yucky and rusted. So yeah, I'll see how it goes. But yeah, today's focus, finish off what I did yesterday with the harness, plug everything in, clean it up, install whatever I need to do, fuse panels on the other side, which are over there, and then I'll start working on that bracket for the radiator, the twin turbo radiator, because you know it doesn't work. But anyway, well, I'll put it on time lapse. Alright, and we've finished putting that on for now. I still gotta put the back plate on there. It's a wooden back plate that just, you know, so you don't like damage the ECU and all that when you have a passenger. So that goes like that. Oh, we need to put that on. But yeah, we're getting closer to completion. I need to really tidy up in here because it's just a freaking mess in here. Like this stuff in here I don't even need anymore. Like this. That was off my non-turbo one. I don't even need this anymore. So that can go in the bin. So yeah, I definitely need to have a dung out in here as well. Anyway. Alright guys, it's actually now day 3 of tidy up and just basic stuff to get done. So here is the NA radiator. As you can see, the sizes are completely different from the twin turbo. So I need to adapt this to go on here. Make a bracket that goes on here. Should be straightforward. It's just to keep it secure. Over here, it's just to keep it secure. The non-turbo ones obviously sit where the cardboard's sitting, but the twin turbo radiator, because it's shorter, but the position of where they sit are not in the exact same spots, so they actually sit like out there or something, or in there, I don't remember. So we gotta make that up. What else? I just gotta do a little bit more wiring stuff. Also, I don't remember if I showed you this, but fuse panels in, completely in, hood latch is on. Yeah, it's all tidied up in here. It's still a little messy, but nowhere as bad as it used to be, so yeah. Alright, we have finished making the radiator bracket. It wasn't too hard, it was pretty straightforward. All it is just a bit of aluminium. I'm not sure if that will be good enough for cert, but it's not going anywhere. That's bolted. It's bolted to the stock mounts, and then it's got that bracket that goes, and then there's 2 holes where the TT, I don't know what they call them, the things that stick out, so it like sits in those holes. It's got its own one and it fits. Things not going anywhere. Yeah, these are a little bit raised, but that's alright. It's kind of to be expected. Yeah, and it works fine. So yeah. Alright guys, I think it's day 4, and I'm sorry that there's no real footage on this part, but I was curious to know if the starter would work, and I was having problems. I couldn't figure out what it was. As it turns out, my fuel pump works, and there is fuel in there. It's probably stale as though. But anyway, stuff I didn't record. I hooked up the neutral and the battery terminals, the neutral and the positive. It all works. So long story short, the starter motor was a big mission, because I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't turn over, and as it turns out, I ripped all my interior back off, fuse panel in there, over there. I ripped that out like 6 times thinking I missed a connector, which I did actually find the first time, and I was like, oh, there must be another connector that I'm missing. But as it turns out, I totally forgot. Whenever you do an automatic and manual transmission swap, there's an inhibitor switch, which doesn't exist now because it's just been removed, but there's still a relay, and it's on the left hand fender. I think that's what the thing is. I've unplugged it for now, but as it turns out, that is probably why it was causing me grief, and I didn't even plug the connector, this thing here that has the alligator clip. I didn't actually have that connected anyway, so quick lesson in electricity, or whatever you want to call it. So you've got your positive that goes to that one over there, comes back, that also powers the rest of the car, but it comes to your starter here. You also have your neutral, and your neutral is actually like connected to the whole body and motor of your car, so that comes down, and this is what that is. I've just connected this temporarily, that goes to the frame of the starter there, and then to actually start, that just powers it on, but there's a thing called a solenoid, and it needs a signal from a signal source and I think it's just 12 volts or whatever, and that goes off down there, around, under here, up here, out into this, and it comes out here, and there it wasn't working before, so I'll show you quickly why. So I think everything's connected, power's on, got me keys, so yes, everything, I'm pretty sure everything works. So like, oh, I'm sure I'll plug it in. We'll put the key in. So turn that on. You can see the lights come on. Yeah, they work. Stop, please. So they work. Brake work. Indicators work, even though I don't actually have the indicators plugged in. I've got the windows work. Well, this side I don't understand why the left hand don't work. Seats work. Yeah. Oh, okay, I didn't know that works, but handbrake works. The light works. Yeah. So anyway, the problem I was having is I turned the key, nothing, right? Because that signal wire wasn't connected. So I'll go outside, plug this thing here. So I've got to make a loop for this. So this is going to be awkward to hold. Oh, this is awkward, sorry. So let's just plug that in there for now. Oh damn. There we go. That'll do. So hopefully that's connected. So now that that's connected, and I'm pretty sure I'm actually bypassing the inhibitor switch. I think it's the inhibitor switch relay. Yeah, which is over there. I think that's what that is. It's just over there. It's got a plug. I've just unplugged it anyway because, yeah, I don't see the point of it being plugged in. Hopefully it doesn't cause any problems. But yeah, now this circuit is complete, and so when I turn the key on, the signal will come through the file, up here, through here, onto the loop, down, across, you know, and then it will come through up to this wire, onto there, and then that should start. So, if I go back in the car, go in the car, and if I turn the key, you hear that? Oh, okay, I didn't. Okay, yeah, so that works. Oh, actually, you can see the. Oh, so I'll just quickly paused it, but so this is the outside view, and I'll do the same thing when I was in the car. Turn the key, and you'll see this is how your starter works. You can see that it is working now. And if you're curious, oh, I've kind of put the fender back on, but there's a plug in there. I don't know if you can see it. No, you really can't see it. I tried, but there's I think it's a relay of some sort. So that's what that is. Yeah, that's the wiring harness done. The bracket was done. Yeah, I know this is pretty ghetto, but this is actually from my daily Centro, so I still got to buy a battery for that. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.